Hey tubers, before I get started with today's video, I just wanted to share something with you that I found on the internet. This is right up my alley because I was learning with the stick welder, and so just, I Googled how to fix bad welds and stuff, and this product came up. It's called Bad Weld B-Gone. I mean, it's so simple to use. It's an American-made product. It's actually like very similar to like, to like spray paint, but it says right here on the side, it says, "Caution: this product will not make you a better welder. Only practice will do that." Well, you gotta appreciate a company that's being honest with you. And then over on this side, what does it say? It says, "Apply liberally to affected area. Bad welds will look better after 6 beers and 2 coats of Bad Weld B-Gone." And a little smiley face down there. So let's give this stuff a try. It's like, it can't hurt. We all know like what a crappy job you'll see in the videos, but let's see what happens. So we're gonna focus in on that, and then, oh my God, that's pretty amazing. Here's another one. That's just the first coat, you guys. Wow. Finally, a product that actually does what it says. That's beautiful. So if you're just learning how to stick weld, and some of them aren't as pretty as you want them to be, go down to your local hardware store or whatever and pick yourself up a can of this. It's called Bad Weld B-Gone, made in the USA, and it's got the zombie seal of approval. I'm telling you, this stuff actually works. So, all right, guys, enjoy the rest of the video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Okay, you guys, didn't want to bore you again with the details of, I gotta go and clean that up. But the second post is in. She's looking pretty square. Let's double check it. Just did the exact same thing as yesterday. That looks pretty good. Right there, that looks pretty good. It's close enough. I mean, I'm gonna have the adjustment, which I'm gonna show you here in a second anyways. So there's focus. Yeah, it's pretty good for what it is. It's pretty good. So if you've ever I know everybody's seen these gates before. I'm working far away from the main house, but there comes these things. It's the gate kit. So this part would go onto the rail, and then these, if I can do this one-handed, these would also go into like a receiver post. Come on, get on there. Like that. So the gate is over here, and this is secured. And by having 2 nuts on here, you can actually take the fence. If it's if it's sagging like this, you can tip it up. I mean, it gives you that flexibility. Well, I got a railroad tie that I need to go through, so it's substantially larger than this. So what I did is I opened up the kit while I was at the store, and I bought this stainless rod. It's the same. I can even the what do you call it? The locking nuts that I got. Are you kidding me? Ugh. Real world. So anyways, these, focus. Those ones even fit on here. But I got some bigger ones. Anyway, so I got that. I got all the washers and everything. So here is the plan. I had to buy this monster stinking bed. It's probably, I don't know, 1.5 feet. Anyways, so here we are with this. what I'll end up doing is I will take and drill the hole as level as I can. I'll mark it, and then of course I'll be from way out here, so if I'm off by a little bit, I don't care. But so washers will go in there, secure it, but I'm gonna leave a little bit sticking out, maybe an inch or so, because being off by just a squidge right here, 95 inches away, whatever, like an eighth of an inch, a 16th of an inch for here can be 2 inches, 3 inches, way all the way out there at the other end. And so when I finish up, I want them to be level. And if you think that I'm good enough to go from here, right straight level all the way across over there, guess again. And then I'm gonna have to do it down here to go like that. So by having the opportunity to take and move this rod in and out, that'll make up for my inconsistencies on drilling. So, and because this rod is the exact same as as what came in the actual gate kit that I'm not going to use, is I'm going to put the nuts on here, and I'll show this here in a little bit. I'm going to put the nuts on here. I'm going to put this part over here in a vise, and then I'm going to leave a whole bunch extra because I want washers, a washer and a nut underneath, a washer and a nut on top, just so that I have that adjustability. And I don't want the hinge part, the receiving part, just, you know, trying to turn on the bend. So I'm going to put that in a vise, hit it with MAP gas. I'm going to put a 90 on that, and then we're going to come back and we're going to install the first one. I am going to have to do some welding. I'll show that too, because I want to, the original picket, or the original fence, it's welded on every single picket that goes up like this. It's welded all the way, so I don't really see a problem with sagging or anything, but there's safety in numbers. So I'm going to take and weld a 2-inch piece, a square piece on the end, and then have another one on this right here in the middle where the two pieces will come together. Now you got to remember, eventually this is going to be all, what do you call it, solar powered, but you know, a remote control fence that they'll open before they get here and it closes after they leave. So that's what we're doing today. This one we can't touch because it's still sitting in wet cement. This one here, we're going to set up the hinges, weld the gate, take final measurements. I got about 9 inches to play with, but that's the beauty of leaving that extra space out here, is like, if the new rods will take it, I can go like an extra inch or two here, or an inch or two over on the other side, and then that way the gates will look proper when they're all set up. So okay, so more work to do. Okay, not too bad. Looks like I went down just a squidge, but close enough for government work. So now we got to go take this rod and bend it to make it look like this. Actually, I'm going to take this one because this is experimental. I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to leave the bolt threaded on there, so after I cut it, I'll be able to clean up the threads when I take the bolt off, and then we'll come back and see what we got. But so far everything's going according to plan. So, all right. Okay. Battery just whatever. It cut out. So, alright, this is what we got. You can see? Pretty much got that 90. But that bad boy is blazing hot. I'm glad I didn't cut it first. I don't need this. Whoa! Hold on. I'm glad I didn't cut it first because I needed that full length of that rod for leverage. So it's a squidge off, but whatever. We'll make it work, right guys? Okay, so and we got the nuts on here to clean up the threads. And I think I'm going to try to bend that back just a little bit. That's a little bit past 90. Well, you know what? When it gets some weight on it, maybe it won't be bad. I'll just leave it alone. But so, anyways, now I'm gonna move the nuts down, whatever, to clean up the threads. I'm gonna bend this end right here. Do the same thing. You don't need to see that. Phone will just cut out anyways. Bend that one. Then I'm gonna cut it, and then let's go install it and see what we got. Maybe we can like just do a dummy hang before I start all the welding. It's like what is it? Measure twice, cut once. Okay. You know what, guys? I like the angle on this one. This is the second one I just did. I like the angle on that one a lot better than this one. See how it's bent in? So I'm going to put the nuts back on over here, and I'm going to try to straighten that out, whatever it is, 1/4 of an inch. It'll just bug me if I don't. But I got here's the nut right here in the middle. Here's a nut on this side. I'll be able to take and cut the rod and then be able to clean up the threads. So that shouldn't be a problem. And then we'll go put one in just for a test run. Okay? Okay, that looks a little bit better. That's a little bit more of a, don't need to zoom in like that. That's a little bit more of a 90. It feels better to me like that. And then here's the other one. So I feel pretty good about that. Let's measure this and then cut this halfway, all right? Okay, so from end to end, bend to bend, it's about 31 inches. Let's just go right here to 16. Take and set this right there. It doesn't have to be exact, but it would be nice. We can grind and cut everything at the end, so we don't care. Alright, so let's see what we got. Let's set you up. Yeah, you're gonna get to watch. Right where that little leaf is, that's where we're gonna cut it. Okay. Whoops. Okay, earplugs. I knew that was going to happen. I'm getting close to the end. And we'll finish it off. Are you in the picture? Yeah. Alright. There we go. We got 2 pieces. Let's go put them in. See what we come up with. Love all this shaky camera work, eh? Okay, so if you're not sure of like what I meant by why I left those bolts on there, or the nuts, is when I say like to clean up the threads, like when I use the grinder, I mean it doesn't cut them absolutely perfectly smooth, so you gotta leave it some like this, and then just take and put a wrench on it. Is that zoomed? There. Just taking to put a wrench on it, just like you're like tapping, you know, or whatever, making new threads, cleaning them up. So now I go like this. I'm twisting the end over here of the bolt, so I feel that it's clean. And then now once I take and I put it through the beam over there, I'll be able to come back here and then just start the bolt. I won't have any trouble. That's what I meant by and why I left that nut on there. It'd be almost impossible to try to restart or clean up that thread unless you had some kind of a special tool like they sell on TV. But yeah, that's why I did that. Okay, you guys, so it's start of another day, but I wanted to show you that so far everything is working out pretty much like the way that I had planned, how I expected. Over here you can see like that's the extra rod. I'll cut, you know, trim some of that. But here with the original theory is that by having this on here, that I can adjust, you know, the gate, and then obviously the extension, you know, as it goes out will, you know, take and make them nice and level. And I just have to be like somewhat close on the location over on the matching post here. The cement is all set up. I'll put the dirt back in there. This bad boy, rock solid. Probably drive a train on it. Get it? It's a railroad tie. So I just have to get kind of close, and then the what do you call it? The vertical adjustment on the other gate and this gate can be done by loosening this bolt right here and then sliding the gate up and down to get them somewhat close. And then as far as the gap in the middle, so that it's not, you know, fat at the top and skinny at the bottom, all that adjustment can be made through here. And as you can see, this is how the gate would be when it's open. There's close, open, close. So it's coming out pretty good. I do have to do the bottom one. You don't really need to see all that. So the next stage is going to be, I was like, I need to go and weld. I'm going to go and weld the pickets or whatever, the new fence onto this piece. So that's coming up. Okay, guys. When I do the welding on the other part, I'll come back and show you, because this part, it was just too ugly. So anyways, I went through, did all the leveling. Let's go like this. Hold on. That's a good advertisement for Pittsburgh. Yeah, I can get that a little bit closer, but what really matters is like how it marries up to the other end. So I just did all my adjustments. Look at that. Look at that burn hole. Look at that. That's terrible. But it's still there. If it works, it works. So like there's the hinges. I did have to make some adjustments. Looks like the bottom can go in just a little bit over there. And we'll get it. So we're halfway there. Yeah, I don't know about the... I'm gonna have to wait and see how it marries up over here, because I have this one big post that I have to cut down. I wish I had a chop saw to make it nice and, you know, perfect, but I figure whatever I end up doing, I can put one of these little caps on there to try to help it out. But it is what it is. I'm not a welding shop. Actually, I'm not a lot of things. But there we go. So anyways, that's this part. And I'm gonna go back and try to weld up another piece. I got a couple other gigs I got to run and do this afternoon. I promised people I would show up. So yeah, she's fairly level right there. Come on, focus. Wind is blowing. And then down over here, it's probably off by the same amount. So dropping this down is gonna bring it right back into perfect. So all right, guys, see you in a little bit. That's what I'm gonna call ugly, but effective. Yeah. That part's okay, that part's really good, that part sucks. It is what it is. Now I'm gonna trim that part off, because I know that these hinges are, I mean, obviously I came back and I did some modifications. So I'm pretty happy. We just learning how to use the Mig welder. The stick welder is taking too long. I was burning it. So anyways, it is what it is. Okay guys, make sure there's no children in the room looking over your shoulder. These are my welds using the stick welder. I need to get used to that because it's ugly. I got paint on the way because I'm going to cover that mess up. And over here, that's a MIG welder. So big difference for me. MIG. Anyways, so here guys, I'm going to set this up. We're waiting on the controls, obviously. I'll try to get it so it doesn't move away. All right. Yeah, the gate's opening, obviously. But yeah, all the what do you call it? The adjustments on both sides, the measurements and everything worked out perfect. Couple inches over on between the pickets and the post right there. Spacing. Same over here. And then when this thing comes together, don't forget we're waiting on the controls. And there's a couple of videos out there with that already, but you can see. So it's pretty level. And then the spacing, where it goes right down through the middle. It's pretty good. Pretty tight. Looks good. And it doesn't hit. You can see. We'll take the zoom out. They pass each other, no problem. So, okay, we're calling this one done. That was fun. Took a little bit longer than I wanted to, but doesn't it always, you guys? So anyways, that's it. Well, it looks like we gotta go fix something else. Lots of work to go on around here. All right, we'll take that to a little bit. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, leave a comment. If you're a better welder than me, leave a comment. Dave, Bruce, Zippo, everybody. Shyster, everybody. All right, guys, talk at you later.